Everything was fine with our system until the power grid was shut off by Dickless here.
They caused an explosion.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Are you ready, true believers?
Hey everybody, welcome back to JOJO Plays Luigi's Mansion. The last episode, we straight up killed the family. In this episode, more stuff. Let's do it. Well, hang on. Okay, I say let's do it, but I have an announcement to make first. If we just go over here for a second. Now, you might be wondering why I suddenly have the gold painting for Chauncey, when in the last episode I clearly only got the silver painting, because I got hit a couple of times. That's because I'm a fucking moron, and I literally recorded the entirety of Area 2 before realizing that I forgot to turn my microphone on, because I'm so good at this. So I straight up had to just play all the way back up to where I was, which thankfully wasn't long. So, yeah, we're technically in a different game, but, you know, everything's the same, we're back up to where we were, just pretend that I always had that gold painting. It was always like that. I've always been good at this game. You know, I'm just it's all natural. Let's go. God damn it. At least it was like, it's not that bad. Like, cause at least this time, I'd only played like half an hour into it. It wasn't like, it's not like when this happened with Banjo-Kazooie, and I had to play through like 80% of the game all over again to fill in a missing episode. That was the goddamn worst. I don't know why anyone watches my videos. Anyway, so this is the only door we haven't been able to go in yet. We are in Area 2 right now, but you can see, well, I was going to zoom in on it to show, but you can see that door has a heart on it. The key we got from Chauncey's room has a heart on it. And bada bing, it senses the key's presence. And now we can move on through. It's like a Legend of Zelda key. Good stuff. Alright. So, this is something that's gonna get annoying as we go through the game. In hallways like this, you'll very commonly find ghosts like this fucker right here, who have 0 health and are very, very weak, but pretty much just serve to freaking annoy you and nothing else. Because, you know, you might have noticed when a ghost pops up behind you that, you know, Luigi pauses in fright for a little bit. So, this is basically an inconvenience. But that's fine. We're gonna get through this regardless. Anyway. So now we have this new area to explore. There's only 2 doors, but there's only 2 doors we can go in right now, and I already know the basement doesn't, you know, doesn't have anything for us right now. So let's just move on to the washroom, shall we? Or the bathroom, rather. Well, actually, here's the bathroom, here's the washroom. Let's see what happens if I try to go in the washroom. They're, occupied! Oh, that's new. Usually it just doesn't let us open it. This door isn't actually locked. Let us in, you bastard. Alright, fine, be that way. Huh? And we can see we already have our next area door. Well, let's not focus on that right now. We got ghosts to bust. Okay. No, shit. No, get off me, Okay. So yes, these are a new type of standard enemy ghost. They are, I forget what they're called. They're like these grabby ghosts. Professor Egad is about to explain it in just a second. Looks like you run into a bit of trouble there. Maybe you need more training. Hey, maybe you need to go fuck yourself in the butt. There are some ghosts who will try to grab and hold you. When that happens, try moving your control stick back and forth to shake them off. It's the age-old struggle for survival, my boy. Don't lose heart, Luigi. So yeah, basically, those types of ghosts are basically just the re-deads from Legend of Zelda, except a lot less nightmarish. Thankfully. Man, Ocarina of Time was a fucking... I almost feel like a shit for even mentioning Ocarina of Time, because everything that could possibly be discussed about that game has been discussed. But it does bear repeating that there are some fucked up moments in that, and Majora's Mask too. Nintendo 64 was a very traumatic time to be a Zelda fan. You had the Re-Deads, you had the Skull Kid, Majora's Mask itself, the Happy Mask Salesman. those creepy fuckers at the bottom of the well in Kakariko Village that were, like, made out of pale skin and just... God. It's like the developers forgot they were making Legend of Zelda and thought they were making the next Silent Hill for a second. I don't even know if Silent Hill was out at that point. It might not have been. Ay vey. Thankfully, this game is not quite as terrifying. Although, that being said, like, you know, for being a kid's horror game, I find this game actually does have a pretty good atmosphere to it. Like, you know, obviously it's, you know, kid-friendly and it's not actually, like, scary. But, I don't know, I think it still does its job pretty well. Anyway, we'll quickly have Shy Guys here that try to decapitate each other with their spears. That's okay, we just take their masks and boom! Nice. Yeah, that's an interesting thing. It's like, I can't think of another Nintendo game before or since that lets you see what a Shy Guy looks like under the mask. I think this is the only game I can think of where you actually, you know, get to see them unmasked. And since they're ghosts, I'm not even sure if it counts. Like, it could totally, like, it should count, but I could totally see there being some bullshit where it's like, oh, these are Shy Guy ghosts. They're not actual Shy Guys. It doesn't count. That's not what they actually look like. And I'm like, fuck you. I don't know. Who the hell knows? Get this last one. So yeah, like I was gonna say, like, you know, it has a very, it seems like a very simple thing. The atmosphere in this game. Well, hang on, I keep cutting myself off. But we have our next portrait ghost now. These are the Twirling Morlindas. Give him a quick scan. I said give him a quick scan. I said give him a quick scan. I was point blank on, like, all of these. For crying out loud. So much dust, this will never pass the... That's not what I'm going for. Scan the ghost. I don't think this gen can even see us. Okay, thank you. That was a plethora of information there. So what you gotta do is, you notice these two were dancing and they were bowing in that one shot I got of them. You have to catch them while they were bowing, but they need to be visible first. And I'll be honest, I don't entirely understand how to make them appear. I think how it works is that you have to, damn it. Okay. Yeah, I think how it works is that you have to run along with the spinning floor here. But I'm not 100% sure. That's something I never really figured out. And I could look it up, but fuck it. I don't want to do that because I've already talked a lot of shit about how well I know this game and how much I've played it. So, looking it up at this point kind of feels like a sign of weakness. You know what I mean? You don't know what I mean? I'm being ridiculous? Okay. Anyway, we got the next key. And, oh, look at that. It leads, right into the room next door. How considerate. Yeah, give me a gold bar. Oh, no, don't give me that. Do not give me that. I could go without that, thank you very much. So, yeah, this is something I kind of missed in the sequel, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon on 3DS, which I am amazed exists. Like, I remember first seeing advertisements for that, back when it was just called Luigi's Mansion 2, and being blown away, because it's like, fucking sequels you never expect to see for 400, Alex, you know what I mean? Like, this game just, I don't know what it is, but just something about this game just screams one and donesies. But, yeah, somehow got a sequel, and it was a really good game. Like, I still prefer this game, and I admit a lot of that has to do with nostalgia. Do you guys mind? I'm trying to do a thing here. I remember there's a treasure ghost here, so, please just, get this off. Thank you. Nope. Shit. Yes, got him. Okay, no, please don't fuck with me. Okay, okay. You got me, but it doesn't matter. Still got the treasure. I'll deal with you in a second. There. Missing a coin, whatever. Okay, that's nice. That's nice. Apparently you can, apparently, like, you're supposed to wave the control stick back and forth in order to shake those guys off. Apparently that still works even if you're already in the process of sucking up a ghost. So that's good to know. Alright. But anyway, that clears up that room. Doesn't seem to have unlocked anything, but wait, what's this? There's something in the mirror that we can't... There's something in the back wall that we can't see because of the camera, but look! In the mirror. There's a button. Let's see what that's all about. But yeah, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, it was a pretty good game. I had my fun with it, but even though I admit a lot of it's due to nostalgia, like, I still prefer this game, and a lot of that, you know, non-nostalgia reasons does have to do with the atmosphere in this game. Like, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon was much more kiddie. Was, you know, much more of a kiddie atmosphere, more, you know, humorous and all that. But, you know, to its... Which, you know, isn't a bad thing. Like, it had some good personality moments, like the bit... Like, there's a bit where, Oh, okay, well, hang on, fly. Who's there? Who dares disturb our sleep? It's Luigi! Look, guys! Luigi's finally here! We're gonna do you what we did to your brother, only worse! But your master notices that I have a vacuum on my back. You don't want to fuck with me. That's right. Egad, what do you got for us? That was them. Those were the ones who released all of the ghosts from the paintings in my gallery, those fiends. I wondered where King Boo and his gang had gone, so they were hiding in the mansion all along. Thanks for flushing them out, Luigi. I'm tickled you found them, but perhaps it would have been better if you hadn't, well, let every single one escape. Just a thought. Fuck you, man. I didn't know there were ghosts here. I haven't been trained for this. You said yourself that I haven't been trained for this. This is the kind of shit that you need. This is the kind of shit you really ought to expect when you just put when you just put a proton pack on the first random stranger that wanders into your little science cabin. I mean, Peter Venkman and Egon Spengler and all those other guys, they were trained scientists, asshole. Anyway, your brother must have been taken by that gang of boos, poor feller. Oh no, don't talk crazy, they're not gonna eat the man. But what became of him, Odd that he hasn't come back. Common theory holds that boos grow in strength when they travel in numbers. They must somehow combine their powers too. Their power likely overwhelmed your brother. If your aim is to save Mario, there's but one way to do it. Capture each boo and slowly weaken the group's power. Alright, Luigi seems to be down with that, and so am I. Boos, as their name implies, like to hide and then jump out and scare people. You've got your work cut out finding them. That Game Boy Horror I gave you has a secret function. It would come in handy one day, so I developed it secretly. I call it the Boo Radar. Okay, so this is something I caught on to during my failed session where the microphone wasn't turned on. Why did he need to develop this in secret? Like, it's a Boo Radar. How is that any more controversial than any of the other stuff you've already got us packing? Like, it's the exact same vein as all the other paranormal stuff we've been working with. Like, everything that you've shown us so far and everything that you've been working with is either it just is, and it's totally fine, or it's all super illegal. Like, this is not an outlier. Alright. Anyway, we're gonna go back to the mansion, and now we have a bunch of boos to worry about. So you'll notice on the Game Boy Horror there, we have a little blue light that was not there before. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into the foyer, or the parlor rather. Oh, it's blinking. So yes, new feature of this game, we have to find boos. Like Bamboo here, if you please. And of course their names are all puns, because Nintendo. You were at 0 health, screw you. Yep, there we go, 1 out of 50 boos. Been researching those guys. These boos don't seem to like light much, that's for sure. They do their best to hide in and under furniture when they're stuck in a lit room. So then I reckon that means that turning on all the lights in the mansion is the fastest way to flush them out. Wouldn't you say? Send me the boo and all the data you got. And yes! You get to save whenever you catch a boo, how convenient. So yeah, basically that's how the boos in this game works. Once you clear out a room, you just gotta go back. You just gotta go back through it once all the lights are turned on, and then just play that little, temperature mini game to find out which rock it's hiding under. And then there you go, you got it. You do not have to catch all of the boos in the game in order to progress. You can. Oh, okay. Well, that wasn't even what I was aiming for, but. Looks like I found you anyway. That works. Yeah, you do not have to catch all 50 boos to progress through the game. There's a certain number you have to get. But if you do manage to catch every single boo in the game, you get the rarest treasure in the entire game. There's only 2 of them in the entire game. And I'll show you how to get the other one pretty soon, actually. So, and since I'm trying to get the highest ranking possible for this playthrough, that's definitely something I'm gonna want to do.
Oh yeah.
God damn it. Want to play Game Boy Advance? Matter of fact, I do. God, Game Boy. I have not played on a Game Boy Advance, like a real-ass Game Boy Advance, in years. Like, I've played Game Boy Advance games in the past, but they've been on, like, either an emulator or on a Nintendo DS, like, not an actual Game Boy. It's been so long since I played my own. I think I gave it to my little cousin when I got my DS. Don't know if she still has it. Probably not. God, and I had the original OG Game Boy Advance too. Like, you know, I didn't have the one with the fancy backlight on it, the Game Boy Advance SP. No, I had that little blue brick where you had to get the you had to plug in the little light into the side that was like a book light. Oh, memories. God damn it. The boo okay, so whenever you hear that laugh, the boo has moved to a different piece of furniture. And that boo just straight up moved just as I was about to open the thing he was hiding under. Like an asshole. How dare he. Where the hell are you? Ah, you're in this lamp! That makes perfect sense. Speak not my name, taboo! Okay, I got nothing on me. See, look at this. Easy as cake. I've already got 4 of you bastards. There we go. Yeah. See, I'm gloating now, but later on in the game, these boos have stupid amounts of health. Like, absolutely insane. Like, more than a good chunk of the gallery ghosts. I'm the yummy boolicious, yes. And you might notice, like, the method for catching them is different than, all the other ghosts in the game so far. In that you have to, you can't shine the flashlight on them because, you know, the room's already lit. So you basically just gotta suck them dry. Just gotta suck them dry. I feel like this Let's Play is becoming a hotbed for unintended sexual innuendo. I have a vacuum in this game, and it's bound to happen. You've already found 5 boos. You're a boo-snaring maniac. I understand you're worried about your brother, young feller, but just take her easy. You have plenty of time still, so try to keep your shit. You don't know that, dude! Like, we literally have no idea where Mario is at this point. Like, for what you've said, they might have actually eaten him. I mean, you know, yeah, they're ghosts, but, I mean, come on, they're Mario ghosts. This is Nintendo logic we're working with. Fucking anything goes. Basically a free-for-all. Alright, so, Professor E-Gadget suggested that, in case you didn't notice, because I was talking over it, as I tend to do, because that's how you do a good Let's Play. Professor E-Gadget suggested that maybe we, splash our face with some water in the washroom to help ourselves relax. Which is interesting, because you might remember the washroom was, well, you only know it as the washroom because I called it out as such. But, the washroom was locked to us earlier. So, hint, maybe? Yes, the answer is yes. I know this because I played the game. And also because I've literally, like I said, I've literally just played through this recently. I gotta get better about checking my software. I really do. Ah, well, what are you gonna do?
Continue. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game over.